It's college football time, so let's pick the biggest games versus the spread and make ridiculous football food. It's easy call.
This is your Week 10 slate of enormous games, and this is the ground pork and pork jowl and apple kimchi slaw burger from 10’s restaurant in the Hill Country outside of Austin, Texas, which makes sense because today we are at Hill Country Barbecue Market here in Brooklyn, and we're just going to appreciate the 5 players this week that can single-handedly make enormous differences in their game. So let's start with the big fat headliner. LSU, 5.5-point dogs in Tuscaloosa, and here's what you need if you're going to beat Bama. You're going to need players as good as Alabama's. LSU, check. You're going to need to not turn the ball over like ever. LSU never does. You're going to need to be really good on third down. LSU has been excellent on third down against SEC teams, and in addition, maybe have Leonard Fournette on your team. Yeah, the best player in the known college football universe. Come at me, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Come at me. And no, it's not the 50-yard runs that make Fournette great, which are great, by the way, but it's the 2-yard gains that turn into 7. They open things up for Brandon Harris. They give the defense some rest, 3, 4, 5 minutes on the sidelines. And if, and that's a big elephant-sized if, Fournette can get by Reggie Ragland enough, I like LSU here outright on the road, 24-21. Next, let's go to the big fat matchup in the ACC, and yeah, it'd be really easy to turn that spotlight on Deshaun Watson, clearly one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, or Dalvin Cook, who's beat up but still excellent. But you know what? Let's shine that big, bright ACC light on Shaq Lawson, who, more than any other defensive player in the conference, makes every single quarterback and coach in charge of offenses pee just a little bit. It's called a fear tinkle. Here's how good Shaq Lawson is. He's already made everybody forget about Vic Beasley, a damn legend. And if that Tiger front 4 can get pressure with just 4, let the back 7 wreak havoc, get off the field, just enjoy the Deshaun Watson good time, happy family hour offense. Here are the teams that can beat Clemson. Oh, that's a really good red-headed rose. You got rum, ginger beer, lime, blackberry. That's it. Clemson 34-24, fear tinkle. Next, and we shouldn't forget about the Big 12 because they've got a big old fat matchup of their own. TCU on the road in Stillwater against Oklahoma State as 4-point favorites, the Horned Frogs are, and it was really tough not to focus in on Emmanuel Ogbah here, who is an bad man. And with the season Trevon Boykin is having, let's not even talk about Boykin. Let's talk about the luxury he has of having Josh Doctson on the outside setting damn records to the point where we act surprised and maybe something's wrong if he doesn't go over 150 yards. Ooh. Yep, that's right. From getting almost no meaningful offers out of high school, going to Wyoming, transferring to TCU, Doctson has become the nation's foremost receiver at getting Shia LaBeouf reactions. No. From every single defensive back within a 10-mile radius of the stadium, and now they get an Oklahoma State secondary that's been gashed and wounded by Texas Tech, and Trevon Boykin will be saying thank you for having Josh Doctson and his ability to get behind every single Cowboy defensive back. Let's call it TCU 38-31 and a bit of a shootout. And now we're going to go to the Hill Country of Texas. We have a ground pork and pork jowl burger with apple kimchi slaw from the amazing 10’s restaurant. It's actually pretty doable at home. Get in on this.
Hey guys, this is Adam. We're over here at 10’s restaurant. We're going to make the smoky pork burger. And we're going to do that with a miso mayonnaise, some fresh apple kimchi, and we're going to serve it on a potato bun.
What goes into this patty? Let's do this.
Well, we're going to make it better. We got some supermarket pork, nothing wrong with that, but we're going to add some smoked pork jowl.
What is pork jowl?
Jowl is what I have here, but it's like a smoky, really delicious pork belly that we make ourselves here. Okay. But you can use bacon.
This works really well with really any sort of burger.
Yeah, I mean, you could use turkey if you're, say, an Oklahoma fan, and you just suck at life. If you're a Florida State fan, you could use chicken or tofu or you know, tempeh or whatever those things that make FSU fans the worst people on earth. You could do that.
He's my favorite.
So next up, we're just gonna basically make our big pork burger here.
Okay. What's the next on the plate?
Yeah, we're gonna make a miso mayonnaise. Because if you're from Baylor, you just hire someone to do this for you. If you're from Texas Tech, you forget to do this altogether.
Okay, so we have our mayo, and the last step, there's an apple kimchi slaw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're ready to grill.
Let's get some heat on meat.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Stop what you're doing. Go to the nearest grocery store and
make sweet, sweet love to whatever is in my hand right now. That sounds so dirty. That sounds so dirty. And I stand by every single word. My God, go out of your way to go to Apis here in Austin, well, outside of Austin in Spicewood. Adam he is an artiste. This is incredible. Be better with your life with this.
Oh my God. I need to make that at home. You need to make that at home. Holy hell. So great. All right, next game, and this should be a fun one. Notre Dame on the road, 8.5-point favorites, going against Pitt, I guess staying in the state of Pennsylvania, and the number of players we could appreciate. But you know what? Let's take a second and applaud DeShone Kizer. He was the third string coming out of spring. They've lost a couple running backs. The offense has taken hits. And here he is going into November as a top 20 national quarterback, beats Georgia Tech, looks pretty good against Clemson, beats USC, gutted out a win last week against Temple. Holy hell, he's been terrific. And think about the big name national teams that haven't built up quarterback depth. Auburn, Michigan, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame is cruising for the most part. He's finding guys through the air like Big Bill Fuller. He's running and helping CJ Prosise on the ground. I think they're gonna keep on running because Pitt can't stop the run. Let's call it 31-20 Notre Dame. Good on you, DeShone Kizer. And finally, hey look, a fun wild card matchup out west with Oregon as 5.5-point favorites against Cal in Eugene, and all sorts of wild cards. Will Vernon Adams improvise enough to overcome a horrendous Oregon defense? Will Cal and their excellent quarterback shoot themselves in the foot in a big game? Probably on all accounts. So let's focus on the actual surest thing that we know will happen in this game if he's healthy, and that's DeForest Buckner, Oregon defensive lineman, and his complete disregard for your attempts at blocking. He's scary. He is enormous, a little bit beat up, but still in need of being double teamed on damn near every play. And the only thing worth watching on this Oregon defense, outside of, I guess, if you have morbid curiosity. Here's my impression of every single quarterback Oregon plays before the snap. Where's DeForest? Where is... Yes, he is that good. He is a destructive neon ray of sunlight shining through some pretty dark Oregon defensive clouds. Let's call it Oregon in a shootout, 47-40. That is our episode. Thank you once again to Apis in Austin. Thank you to Hill Country in Brooklyn. The picks this week are LSU, Clemson, TCU, Notre Dame, and Oregon. I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.